just be with you. You would be my darling. We could spend our days together. We'd be never.
Probably suspected as much before it even started, but now you know for certain. You're watching a short film made by a student. At least you're probably hoping it will be short. What tipped you off? Was it the title? Was it the fact that you're not sitting back comfortably in your favorite theater? Or had you actually noticed that I'm not a professional actor and that this is not a professional recording? If you really want to know, I'm doing the voiceover with a blanket over my head to block out background noise. Really, you could say there's a good reason that the only people who watch these things are the family. And I guess the very best friends of the people involved. Now, any one of these observations could have led you to the general question I want you to focus on right now. I mean, we all know how to tell when we're watching a short film and how to tell when we're watching a real Hollywood film, but how do we do it? To get an idea of the differences, you are going to watch a series of 7 different student films. Don't worry, they're all very short. They will help you fully understand the discrepancies between a student short film and a summer blockbuster. Some differences to watch out for are lighting, budget, sound, color, acting,
low quality
editing,
effects,
limited quality,
underdeveloped,
small
small
budget,
budget, no
effects,
effects,
production value,
limited
lack of
production,
experience,
no direction.
and especially the filmmaker's fundamental lack of experience. Well, I think that's enough explaining, but hopefully you'll enjoy these films for what they are.
Tell her how I feel.
And I remember one night, sexism was one of the themes for the night. And women would get together in a room. They would split up women and men, and women would be together in a room, and we would talk about just issues, like within, just by being a woman. And I remember one woman told a story about how she was sexually assaulted, and no one believed her. And I think that really just stuck with me. I was at the time, and I mean, I think just because living in a society where rape is the woman's fault, rape is the survivor's fault, not a woman, but it can be women and men, but rape is a survivor's fault. The survivor is usually to blame. And listening to her story was the first time I actually had to think about that, and I was like, oh my God, like, I would think so too. That's the kind of questions I would ask, like, well, what were you wearing? And it was late. Why were you still with him? Or why did you go up to his room if you didn't think that you were, if you didn't think so, that you were, he wanted to have sex with you. You're stupid. Why would you do that? And then I think that was the moment when she was telling her story that I was like, that is horrible. Why did I think that thing? I beat myself up for weeks. Like I literally did it. It was always very salient in my mind. Like, I can't believe that I would think that, and I can't believe that this is a belief that a lot of people hold. And even though something happened to a person that caused so much emotional and physical pain, and we still place blame on them, that I think that idea was something that I kind of went around with, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, how do you fix this? What do you do about it?
So, I know this story, but every time I tell it, no one laughs. But I was in an airport with two of my friends, and they were reading, and I was people watching. And I saw this, like, mom with the little boy and girl, and they're being really rowdy, like, talking like little kids, they're being loud. And so she quiets them down with pulling out some coloring books. And the little boy starts to draw this sad face on one of the open faces in the coloring book. And I just was wondering, where would he be in like 20 years from now? Anyways, so we were called up to line, me and my friends, and the little girl was like zigzagging through the line, like weaving in and out, zigzagging. And out of nowhere, she comes and trips over my bag and falls on her butt. No, she's zigzagging through the line, and out of nowhere, she comes and trips over my purse, my carry-on. She trips over my carry-on, falls on her butt, gets up, and waddles back to her mom. And me and my friends look at each other, and we thought it was the funniest thing. We thought it was hysterical.
Here with you. I love you. Happen. And hope you're doing there. Don't want much of your time. Okay.
freezing out here. What are we doing?
Sit down.
Sorry, hang on.
Everything's fine. I just wanted to show you this.
The toolbox.
Open it up.
Okay.
I wanted you to hear this.
Yes, I'm sorry that I missed you. I'm sorry that I missed you. When there's no one there to greet you, I'm sorry that I missed you. You're always chasing after a deer. Oh my dear, oh my dear. And through the meadow I can hear my fears, oh my fears. For myself I must remind that the woods are usually kind and the sea is not mine. And when you're all alone and chasing after deer, don't be upset if it's scared and you can't reach it. I know that you are fast, but it's much faster. And after a while you can't keep up, so you start to lag behind. But it doesn't know that you've resigned. So off a cliff it falls to the sea, and you are sad, but the sea is not mine. 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 The sea is not mine.